to another Morts More Moment. I am Josh. This is...
Oh, I didn't know if you were saying that or not. I'm Senna.
Yeah,
okay. It's all good.
We're in the building, and today we're bringing you another video from Xupes. So we did a watch video with Xupes not too long ago, which we put out, and we filmed 2 parts. So this is just an introduction. To
if you haven't watched part 1, click the link. I don't know, is it going to be this corner or that corner?
It's going to be there.
It's going to be
somewhere. Find it.
Yeah, find it. Yeah.
Right there.
Make sure you watch part 1 too.
Watch part 1.
Part 1 first.
Yeah.
And then watch this part.
Yeah, sports watches.
Yeah, cool. Hope you enjoy.
We're back again with more watches, this time of the more sportier and chunkier type. So, yeah, let's talk.
So, great entry level into Swiss luxury.
Yes.
And great for sports watches. You'll know them from Formula 1 mainly. It's a tag.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the most popular models, it's the Carrera.
Yeah.
It's not their entry level watch. You tend to find that it's more of the Formula 1.
Okay.
Similar sort of style, slightly more sportier, bigger bezel.
Yeah.
These are slightly more luxurious on weight, feel, design. This has actually got a mother of pearl dial on this as well, so it's not a plain dial.
It's all like, that is nice.
Again, similar to the Daytona, you've got the tachometer around the outside, which will calculate speed against distance, time travelled. Same approach, stop-start, reset on your chronograph.
Yeah.
Got a nice date feature in there as well. These bracelets on these are nice and smooth, so they're pretty seamless. So if you're wearing them out, they won't slip and slide around your wrist and be uncomfortable. And it's automatic as well.
Yeah.
There's a nice exhibition case back on it as well, which means you can see the movement inside from the back. So you can see the rotor spinning around and winding the watch.
Okay, no, that is really nice.
So having a sporty watch and having the mother of pearl face just dresses it up a little bit. So
it really does.
You could rock it with a suit, but equally, they're very renowned for their Formula 1 team. It's for that person who wants to breach the luxury market, but who doesn't have hundreds of thousands to spend. They can get a decent watch that's well made for less than £2,000 on a pre-owned Carrera.
Okay, that is nice.
Another watch is pretty similar in style and weight and size is Chopard Mille. These again have a racing team.
Okay, yeah.
So they're pretty cool on these. They'll have their own championships they do for the racing as well.
Yeah.
This model itself again is automatic. This is actually the GMT, which means you have a secondary hand on there as well to second time zone.
Okay.
So if you travel a lot, it's quite nice to have that without having to faff around at the time.
Yeah.
Again, nice weight on them, and it's got a hidden deployment clasp on here as well, which opens up under here. Again, this is actually still stickered on the back, so technically a pre-owned watch, never worn. Exhibition case back, so you can see all the mechanical movement inside. And a nice wear. Again, pretty understated, still sporty enough.
So in terms of this now, see, for example, I was to get a nice watch like this, would you recommend I keep the sticker on?
It depends on your purpose. If you're buying a nice watch to have something luxury and not wear it, keep the stickers on.
Okay.
You'll hold your value.
Yeah.
If you're gonna wear it, the stickers will eventually come off anyway.
Because of heat and moisture.
Because of the heat and moisture.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. If you're planning to keep the watch, it would be something we would recommend keeping stickers on if you're buying it solely to have an investment.
Okay.
So it holds more value with it?
It will, yeah.
Okay. What about if you just got a round sticker and put it on there?
Well, that would be your choice. won't comment on that one.
I'm sure there's some people out there that have tried that.
The other go-to brand actually for somebody who's breaching the luxury watch market is Breitling too.
Oh yeah.
This is SuperOcean. This is not the bigger model. This is actually the mid-size, which is nice because the larger Avenger, which is the next step up to this, is a big watch.
Okay.
Their smaller Avenger is 44mm. They go up to about 46, which is a very large gent's watch.
Yeah.
This particular one is 40mm.
Yeah.
It's a good size, nice weight.
That's
again,
my size, yeah.
Automatic watch. You've got the bezel on there for the colour and the big numerals on there as well.
Yeah, I like this.
Nice watch.
This is
great for every day.
I love the blue. Yeah.
Breitling are known for their aeronautics, so planes, stunt planes. They tend to do the Red Bull Air Race as well.
Yes.
Very good for that.
I've seen that a lot.
There's 2 ends of Breitling. This is the middle medium for them. The idea is to look down, sporty watch, have a quick glance, you instantly know what the time is without having to read through a ton of different dials.
Yeah.
The other end, if they do, is Breitling for Bentley. So they do.
Oh yes, I've seen that.
In collaboration with Bentley Motors as well for their racing team also. Another step up from there is actually the Luminor. So this is made by Panerai, who are an Italian brand who actually started making Italian military watches.
Okay.
It's all they made for a long time until that they realised actually the popularity of them. They've now breached that luxury market. This is one of their most popular models, which is Luminor Marina. So it's got the second sub-dial on there for the seconds.
Yeah.
The nice quirky thing about them is how you can actually adjust the time on them, because they've got the crown guard on there, which is actually patented. So no other watch will have this crown guard.
Okay.
Yes,
But
that's
you
one
have to
thing I
actually
always
flip that
noticed.
down, then you can pull out and wind.
Oh.
You've got the Cyclops over the eye as well for the date,
Yeah.
which means when you're underwater, it won't skew the date. Because these are effectively divers watches.
watches.
Do you know what? I always wondered why you have that eye on there.
Yeah, so if you imagine when you're reading something through a glass of water, it will always skew it. Whereas if you've got that refraction off of that already,
Yeah.
it makes a nice clear date.
Okay.
So if you're diving, if you're underwater,
You forget the
you
date.
forget the date.
As you do.
So originally, Italian military watches, very luxurious. These are arranged in a few number of models. This and the Radio Maya are probably their two popular watches they do.
Okay.
Slightly different shape, slightly different case. It's quite a bubbled dome on the Radio Maya, whereas this is quite a slim watch in comparison, even though it's quite a big gents watch. They do either end on this. So they'll do this in 18 karat on a nice leather strap, so you could rock it with a suit. Again, the bracelet is more aimed at a more sporty range, so
I was
it's
gonna
nice
say,
and
'cause
cash.
And the ones I usually see have the leather bracelet.
Yeah.
And so do all of their watches have this?
All of the Luminor will have that
Okay.
on there.
So they've got
Crown
different
guard.
versions of the Luminor.
Yeah, so there'll be slightly different variations on it. So this particular one is the Marina, which will be indicated by the second sub-dial for the seconds. The normal Luminor doesn't have that. They'll do a GMT version, so you have the second time zone on there as well, as well as their more luxury brand, so they'll make it an 18 karat rose and yellow, which is quite a nice piece.
Okay.
And I love the bracelet. The detailing on it is just different.
Another model you'll see a lot of in the city. This tends to be, other than the Datejust, the go-to model for any Rolex.
Yes, this looks more familiar.
Rolex Submariner.
Yeah.
This particular model is the 16610, which is a slightly older model. It means it's not got the ceramic bezel.
Okay.
This has the aluminium bezel, so slightly more lighter weight.
Yeah.
No less robust.
Okay.
The insides of this, so the guts of the movement, is exactly the same. There's been a slight variation on the brand new ones that have been released this year through materials used, but that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Rolex for this one have pretty much gone with do it once, do it right.
Yeah.
So we're really lucky enough to have our own master watchmakers.
Yeah.
So we've got our 2 watchmakers in-house, plus our partner workshop in London who are Rolex accredited.
Yeah.
Now, Rolex do not give out accreditations to just anybody. So we're really lucky enough to have them hand in hand for our workshop. Anything we sell is always regulated, serviced if it's even needed.
Yeah.
You tend to find the Rolex don't need a service very often at all, maybe once every 5 to 10 years, just because of how well they're made.
That's pretty good.
Fully automatic, so imagine having a car engine, you service it once a year.
Yeah.
Because of how well these are made, you don't need that.
5
They'll
years.
keep themselves regulated, as long as they're worn all the time or
Yeah.
at least wound.
Of course, yeah.
They'll keep going and going and going. These again are made from surgical steel, so
Yeah.
extremely hard wearing. Again, you could put on a pair of shorts and t-shirt, be absolutely fine. You
Yeah.
could rock that with a suit and be absolutely fine.
This is beautiful.
It looks solid.
Just by going a year older than what you would get on the ceramic bezel, you could save around £600 just on that alone.
Because it's got an aluminium bezel.
Just because it's got the aluminium bezel.
I like that. And how available are these on the market? Are they rare to get, or are they?
They're not rare to get from that perspective. It's not a collector's piece where they'll have, because it's a 16610, it means it's rare.
Yeah.
The Rolex are quite sought after. They're quite hard to get at a good price, which is why the pre-owned market for them is great.
Yeah.
We're really lucky enough to have about 10 of them, including the new ceramic ones.
Awesome.
The vintage models they do are the slightly more collectible piece.
Okay.
Because they might have red writing on them, they might have matte dial, which is a transitional piece between them changing models.
Yes.
It's those pieces that are the collector's pieces, whereas the normal Submariners are the sports models.
Exactly.
Great watch to wear.
I'm with you. I like
Next piece in, we've got something on the other end of the scale.
Ooh.
So we're now moving up to the big
the
boys.
big
to
one.
us.
Yeah.
So this is full 18 karat rose. This is by a brand called Jaeger LeCoultre. So these are the other end of the scale.
Okay.
They make some pretty cool pieces from a reverso, where you'll have one watch, two movements, two faces, where the dial flips.
Oh, I've seen those.
Pretty cool pieces.
I've not seen one of those.
This is a master compressor. So this is a diver's watch. So this is somebody who loves their sports, wants to go diving, but doesn't want to just pull on any old watch.
Yeah.
Nice big markers on there. You've actually got a balance on here as well for your seconds and your up and down. So depending on which way you're diving, if you're in the cave, if you're in pitch black, the small dial just above 6 will actually change depending on which way the watch is up. So by looking at that glowing, you'll know whether you're going up or down if you're completely underwater and submerged.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting because you're right. You don't want to start swimming further down if you're trying to.
That's it.
Yeah.
So on something like this, they're available on rubber.
Yeah.
This is a nice heavy duty rubber as well. So the idea is if you want to wear it out, you can put it on your yacht when you're having your cocktails, or if you put it over a wetsuit is the idea of it.
Yes.
It's a nice substantial heavy piece. You would definitely not forget you've got that on. Something like this you'd save around $4,000 to $5,000 off of list.
That's pretty good.
Okay, I can see as you're turning it upside down.
You'll see
the
the
dial
small
slowly
dial will slowly
change.
rotate.
Yeah.
And then depending on which way you hold it will depend on which way it rotates.
Okay. Now this is a workout.
It's a big watch.
Wow.
You tend to find the brand themselves as well. They're again one of the oldest watchmakers available.
Why are they?
They've also quite pioneering in what they do as well. So they've invented something called a gyro tourbillon, which is part of an escapement on a watch, which makes it work. It's the lungs of the watch.
Gyro tourbillon.
Gyro tourbillon, and something like that from their more Privier range will list somewhere around $500,000. Whereas something like this you could pick up for under 20,000.
Okay then. So it's like this is their entry.
That's their entry level to the master compressor range.
Yeah.
You can get the steel version of it, which will save around $6,000 off of that price.
Okay.
But again, it's the same size, same kind of weight. It's a nice big watch.
It's a beautiful watch, but I get what you mean about the guy that's the sporty guy, but he'd only really wear it when he's diving.
Yeah, I
Or
definitely
when
not wear
he's
this.
This is for the guys that go diving with their own boats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The other end of the scale is the Audemars. So very popular watch
We all know
from
that.
their entry level.
Yeah.
Is the Royal Oak. This is actually the Royal Oak XL, so it's the larger 41mm version.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually full 18 carat or with a tourbillon. So the small sub-dial down here, the escapement that keeps the watch working rotates. Actually not even necessary nowadays, but it's pioneering of watchmaking. So from a watchmaker's point of view, no matter how you turn that watch, that tourbillon counters gravity. It won't pull on the spring that makes the watch breathe.
See now, I always wondered what the tourbillon does. I knew that it makes the watch expensive.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. The tourbillon rotates the escapement that keeps the watch working.
Yeah.
So no matter which way you turn your wrist, that escapement has an even amount of gravity pulling on it.
Perfect.
It's usually one rotation a minute.
Okay.
Audemars with these have gone at the other end of the scale. So the list price on this is around £163,000. On something like this, just by simply buying a pre-owned watch, you could save around £60,000, which is a substantial amount of money.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Again, box, papers, it comes complete with the manuals, it's been fully regulated and serviced.
Okay.
It's all in the details with these, even down to the dial on it, having a Gillish dial. That's been hand engraved, even down to the deployment on it. Actually is an AP in 18 carat.
Oh wow.
Just because they can.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
And again, the weight on it is a substantial amount of weight.
This is beautiful.
You tend to find the Royal Oaks are the most popular.
Yeah.
They are quite available for a luxury market, but
Mhm.
this is something completely different to that.
Yeah.
It's the XL, so you're taking that another step up. It's in 18 carat, you're taking that next step up. It's got the tourbillon Heuer at the top.
Yeah.
That, you know, for their pieces they do, there are only a few more that.
So not all of the Royal Oaks have tourbillons in them.
Very few.
Ah.
You tend to find this is one of the only models that they do with that. And then you then get into the concept watch range where you get invited to buy the watches. Something like that would take someone around 18 months to make.
This is what I was going to ask. How many pieces in this?
That's crazy.
Something like that has around 700 pieces.
crazy. Remind me, what type of guy comes in and buys one of these?
So something like that is a guy who wants a luxury watch.
Yeah.
He wants to stand out.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind throwing £100,000 at a watch, £200,000 at a watch.
Yeah.
Because that's nothing to him.
Yes.
He wants a watch that no one else has got without having to worry about it.
Okay, I'm with you.
This is a standout piece. It's not something that's understated.
Yeah.
This is a look what I've got.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, this is definitely a look at me watch.
Slightly off topic. What's the difference between them and Hublot? Because I look at them, they look the same. And I'm not sure if it's just me, but the design.
They've got the screws. That's
it's very
that's
similar.
Yeah.
That's pretty much as far as it goes.
Yeah.
Inside the watch, the manufacturer, they're completely worlds apart.
Oh, okay.
Hublot don't actually make their own movements inside the watches on their standard ceramic fusion ranges. You tend to find they're assembled under Hublot specifications.
Yeah.
They are a very luxurious watch, especially the limited pieces they do.
Yeah.
Whereas Audemars make their own from start to finish. Each piece inside that, even down to the small balance on it for a tiny little wheel,
Yeah.
would all be hand cut. So each piece on that,
Hand cut.
each piece is hand cut, handmade, and hand assembled.
It's worth it. That's why it's worth it.
Can we just pause a second and go back? It takes 18 months to make a watch.
For something like that, yes.
But
For
it's
the time,
every
that
bit's hand cut.
I know, but can you? That is a lot.
That's why it's worth it. That's why
it costs as much as it does.
the only part of that would be machine made would be the case, and even that's hand finished. So it would be cut using machine from a big nice lump of gold.
That's real luxury. That's luxury.
That's luxury.
Yeah.
It's pinnacle.
I'll put that one down.
We'll come back to that one day.
Yeah.
So one question I was going to ask is, say for example, you would like to get a luxury watch, or any watch should I say, but you can't afford the list price or the price that you guys have. Is there like a financing option?
Yeah,
go for?
so we do offer finance. It depends on the piece that you're looking at.
Okay.
Finance is quite new for us.
Okay.
Can
But
I
it's
finance this over like 20 years?
Unfortunately not.
20 years.
You tend to find the finance is available from 6 months up to about 48 months, dependent on the deposit you'd like to leave, how long you want to do over, what suits you, and also the value of the item.
Yeah.
You can split the deposit up. You can do it interest free over 6 months, for example.
Yeah.
On some of the watches, you only actually have to leave a 25% deposit. So it can be next to nothing that you leave and actually split it up. On some of them, for a Rolex, for example, you could pay like £60 a month for a Rolex.
That's crazy.
For somebody who's a city worker, for somebody who works as a general day to day, you don't have to have a luxurious job to afford it.
Yeah.
It can break it down and make it nice and easy as well.
£60 a month.
So in next week's video, you're going to see me with a Rolex.
One of this time, one of that. I like that. No, because the thing is, for me personally, I never thought you could finance a watch. I always thought you had to have the money and that's it.
No, I mean, it's a misconception of that's because someone is financing something means they can't afford it to start, whereas actually we deal with clients who just do it for ease.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a case of boosting credit, sometimes it's just to make things easier.
Exactly.
Yeah, liquidity.
Even if you've got £10,000 to throw at a watch, doesn't mean you have to.
Exactly. That makes sense. Oh, perfect. And they all come with warranty, I guess.
All of them come with warranty. We offer a standard 2 years warranty, not that you need it.
Yeah.
But it's there for peace of mind. We cover against any manufacturing defects inside the watch. As long as they're looked after as they should be, you'd have no problems anyway.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank
a lot
you.
to think about.
Yeah, there's a lot to think about, but yeah, we'll be back. We'll definitely be back, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers will be coming too as well. So get yourselves over to Bishop Stortford and check out Xupes.
Yeah, and we'll have a link for where you can find them in the video description. And yeah, check them out.
It's just been a great day. It's been a great experience. These guys have really looked after us.
Very hospitable.
Yeah, it's been so easy because obviously we're based in Moorgate. So we jumped on the train from Liverpool Street and was here in like 30 to 40 minutes, and
fast train, yeah,
crazy. So
and then we also got treated to a concierge service. You know, we got brought in nicely, and we're going to be taken home too. Well, not taken home. Well, actually, it depends. Depends on what this video does for them.
Depends how many watches you buy.
Yeah. If you leave with a watch, we'll drop you home.
So
because I know these guys. You guys have a lot of clients that come in, fly into Stansted, and you guys.
We've got a lot of European clients, and a lot of clients are outside of that as well. So we've got some clients that have come from the US, some from Dubai. We're just outside of Stansted. So again, like it's 30-40 minutes for you from London.
This is it.
For us to drive to the airport, pick up our client and bring them back takes 20-30 minutes at best. So it's nice and easy.
Matt, thank you very much for taking time out to explain for us the different watches and where to wear them and things like that. This has been an eye-opening experience, mind-blowing. Thank you very much.
No, it's no problem, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Matt.
No worries.
Alright guys, so we hope you've enjoyed part 2 of our sit down with Xupes.
Yes.
To talk about watches. If you like the video, please click like, leave any comments, suggestions below, and let us know what you'd like to see in the future from us.
Yeah.
You can get hold of us for any questions or comments you may have, and again, suggestions by email as well at ask@mortsandmore.com.
Yeah.
Follow us on all of our social media channels. You can find us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, alright, and until next time, guys.
Until next time.
They've grown on me. I did think they were really ugly at first. I won't lie.
Then you found out how much they cost.
Then I realised who was wearing them. I'm like, they're attractive now.
I mean, it's called a music box. So when the alarm goes off, rather than it being like a ding, 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 it plays Frank Sinatra, Strangers in the Night.
Okay, you know.
Classic.
Yep, and we're here to record. Shit, not bad. No, and we're here. No.
Alright, sit where I sit. Dickhead. Dickhead.